Pack break coming up. So, Lou, I wanted to ask everyone to get their opinion as I'm typing this up here. I'm going to reach out to a few people, and we're going to try to see if we can do, we'll call it a short film, if you will, on last year's 1955 Bowman pack opening at the National.
Yes.
I'm curious, what do you think is better? What name is better? Let me just get this.
You've got some working names?
Yes. So I have two titles. Yes, I have two titles I'm already considering.
Okay, excellent.
And I wanted to ask everyone what they thought. Okay, Kev, hope you're watching, bud. This is your 81 OPC pack coming up. So, as you know, if you weren't at the National last year and you've just watched the video, I was extremely loud. And if you were at the National and you were in the vicinity, the audio wasn't probably quite what it should have been, and I was extremely loud. Therefore, I think that it may have hurt a few people's, eardrums. And
someone commented a couple seconds ago they thought someone died when you pulled that card.
Someone told me they thought, and I don't mean to joke about this, that there was an attack.
Oh, okay.
Like there was an attack happening.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that there wasn't, of course. And so my question is, what do you think about these two?
Okay.
The pack heard round the National, or the pack heard round the world. And obviously, it's all about the shot heard round the world from Bobby Thompson.
Right.
But I certainly didn't hit any baseball. Certainly not worthy of talking about. But we did hit an amazing pack, and so I was curious.
Around the world.
You like that?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Love it.
It was big. The National is huge.
Yeah, and well, then it got picked up by the media, and so we could make that part of the film. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Johnny Five saved us with that shot too.
Oh, he definitely did.
Oh, he saved us. Yeah.
Big time. I remember J5 trying to put together, if you will, all of the just electronic, acoustic, all that stuff. Meanwhile, Tom's staring off into space. I'm like, John, don't bother me. I can't help you. There's just no chance. I'll be able to give you anything positive. I said, I just wish you luck and I hope it works out. All right. 1981.
Stan says he heard you without the internet.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. So these are not easy packs to find. You're looking for a Paul Coffey rookie. Of course, a third-year Gretzky. A bunch of other goodies are in here as well.
Paul Coffey's rookie year was 1981.
Yes.
And he just retired like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, I know. Paul Coffey had an incredible career.
He had a great career. He was a terrific player.
So this is a very nicely centered card. I know a lot of folks are working on the 81 OPC set in PSA 10. I remember getting a vending run of these, and I graded them with PSA, and I kind of thought as a joke, I'll throw a couple up on eBay. I started PSA 10 commons at 99 cents, but they're all low pop. I had some sell for like hundreds of dollars per card.
I love these Canuck uniforms.
This is a great looking card right here.
I don't know why. I usually don't go for this type of thing, but I love those uniforms.
Imagine this guy came over for dinner wearing that.
It's the wrong road door.
Yeah, it is. But still very cool card.
Yeah.
Got a couple possibilities that could grade so far, Kev.
Danny Gare, yes.
Once again, folks, especially for those that are new, I see we have a lot of folks watching. If you'd like to have a chance at one of the 5 prizes we'll be giving away at the end of our Vintage Breaks PSA show today, all we need you to do is interact with us and at least drop a comment on the PSA Facebook page in the chat. Johnny Davidson.
I hope my memory isn't faulty, but Danny Gare was part of a line with Perot and Robert. What was the name of that line? Anybody?
I have no idea. Maybe our audience knows.
It had a nickname, if I remember correctly. I might be mixing guys up.
So
it was Robert, Perot, and Gare.
I love saying Gilbert Perot.
Gilbert Perot.
Yeah. He'll sign through the mail for a few bucks, but it's pretty cool. Hockey Hall of Famers are great like that. So, Lou, this show will go back as the anniversary of our first I saw an Oiler. I got excited. I thought potentially we had maybe a Gretzky or a Coffey. I think that we'll look back at the show, Lou, and we're going to say, wow, this is really a turning point, because the fact that now both of our audiences on the PSA Facebook page and YouTube can hear us together, I think is great.
Bigger than the Game of Thrones premiere.
Possibly.
Now,
are you into Game of Thrones?
I am a huge fan, yes.
So, V8, I heard a little bit through the grapevine that we were talking about Game of
French
Thrones.
Connection. Thank you, guys. The French
and we may have revealed a little bit of too much information. And so what I'd like to know is, what are we allowed, Lou? Let's just talk here. Let's just level with people.
Yep.
It was 48 hours.
Like, how long do we have to wait to talk about Game of Thrones after an episode runs?
Oh, there is a statute of limitations, but I'm going to say the week before the next episode runs. You keep your mouth shut.
All right, so V8, I don't know if you heard that.
Once the next episode runs, all bets are off.
He said once the next episode runs, all bets are off. But he's saying potentially prematurely before that. It might be tough. But the thing is, if you wake up and read any of the newspapers online here, like there's already articles about it. And everywhere. That was Bobby Clark, by the way, Hall of Famer. We don't mean to shun Bobby Clark in the Game of Thrones discussion, but I want to make sure to give him a little love.
A couple guys came up with the French Connection. That was the name of the line.
Hey, John A., who's a regular follower of the show. Thanks for tuning in, John. John says 48 hours. I was going to tell you by Wednesday of the show, we should be able to discuss Game of Thrones.
Maybe.
I know one of our good buddies, Chef, is way behind, so I'm not sure what to do, really.
If it's that important to you, watch the show. Right?
That's what I think.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so cool.
I avoid all the spoilers, but there was one on Facebook today that was just kind of out there in front. It wasn't even like a spoiler alert thing.
Sure.
And I'm not sure, it was a theory, and I'm not sure it's even right, but it looks so good. I went, oh, crap, I didn't even think of that.
Hey, by the way, Lou, you're having more people fall in love with your voice here every week. I think you're definitely going to have several T-shirts, once this department is underway, V8.
Oh, by the way, I used on a local show talking about the Red Sox, I used the term dead nut centered.
Oh, you did? Oh, it makes me happy.
Yeah, I did. I did it for you.
Good, thank you. I appreciate that.
I was doing a phone shot with someone about Michael Chavez, who hit a home run at Fenway in the doubleheader yesterday. And the fact about the home run was it was literally, and I'm not even kidding, an 85-mile-an-hour pitch that was dead nut centered in the strike zone. I think I could have hit that pitch out.
I love how you used it. Now dead nut center is no longer applied just to collecting.
No.
But I'm definitely going to use that at the bar. The next time I'm watching a ball game with some friends, I'm going to see if they pick up on it or not. I love it.
He hit it a long way. I don't want to take anything away from him, but on the replay, it was 85 miles an hour in the dead nut centered in the middle of the strike zone.
I love it. That's very funny.
Little BP, I could have got it out of Fenway, I think.
It'd be fun to try. We'd love that little Vintage Breaks outing at Fenway. If you could make it happen, please let us know.
Well, they used to hold, I think they still do, where you can buy some batting practice there. I think Roger Clemens threw it a couple of years ago.
I got to tell you, Lou, I'm reading all the comments that are coming in on both YouTube and Facebook. This is hysterical. I'm really enjoying this. I'm not sure if you realize this, Lou, but I think that we have, including Mark A. from Atlanta, Monty, I'm not sure where your radio show is or, where you're located, but I think we have several folks that are, involved in radio, Lou, that have in some way, shape, or form become fans of Vintage Breaks, maybe just your soothing voice, a combination of both.
I'm available for work. I'll do a cat show if there's a check in it.
There it is. Lou has been endorsed, of course, by us and all of our fans. He is available, willing, and able.
But Danny said perfect billiards commentator. I wasn't sure when that came up because that came up earlier in the thread. I wasn't sure if that was a compliment or not. I don't watch billiards.
I watched billiards probably 15, 20 years ago when the last time I went to a billiards hall. And speaking of which, I think the guy's name is, his name is Danny Basovich, but a guy that I went to high school with who was marginally younger than me, if you Google Danny Basovich, he became a pool shark, and they actually made an independent film on him. He kind of rose to the height of winning pool tournaments and stuff, and he was playing cash games. Sam, if you could look that up for me, Danny Basovich, Manalapan, New Jersey. They made a film about him. I'd love to know. So before we open the next pack...
So forget the Game of Thrones thing and spoiler. How long do I have to wait for you guys before I can just go market my Dead Nut Tennis T-shirts and ovals and things like that?
I think... Oh, my brother's watching. What's up, Merrick? Thanks for joining us, bud. V8, we're going to have to get on this right away because Lou is becoming a little bit more pushy with the...
I'm doing
the clothes and such. He's basically saying, how much longer do I have to wait before I can start making hats, T-shirts? Because I'm telling you, he's going to end up showing up on one of these episodes with a cool hat. I'm like, wait a minute, that's not a Vintage Breaks logo, is it? Oh yeah, check out my new Shopify account. And I'm going to go over, if I'm lucky, Lou will give me some free, T-shirts and stuff, and then we have lost the boat.
Of course, yeah. I'm telling you, I have done designs.
Lou, give us 30 days.
I have gone
30 days from today. We have till May 24th.
Okay.
30 days, V8. You heard it.
Only because I like you.
All right. Thank you. So check this out. This is in a card collection that we bought. Good buddy of mine, Matt Litt, affectionately known as Liddy. He was a big Wheaties collector, and I know these would blow his mind. So these are not, the Wheaties that you and I are used to growing up. These are old time. These are from, I think, the 30s and 40s. These are on the backs of boxes. And this just came in a big collection that we just bought. I want to give you the proper name.
Look at that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So if you check this out,